This week, our beautiful sun, the sun within us, our consciousness, the life, is activating gate 7 in the I Ching and gene keys. This frequency is activating a genetic codon within us that is stimulating our consciousness, the theme of the life this week. The transformational path of this frequency moves from the shadow of division to the highest frequency of virtue, and it's via the path of guidance. Before we get into the contemplation of this shadow frequency, let's take a quick peek at the human design holographic body graph to better understand this frequency from within us, from within our body. So here we have the human design holographic body graph. The sun this week is activating gate 7. Gate 7 is located in the G center, this energetic center right here. The G center is known as the seat of the soul, your inner truth, your inner wisdom. Gate 7 is known as the general energy. It's an energy of influence. It's the role of the self. At the shadow, it creates division. The sun this week is also activating gate 13, the earth of gate 7, its exact opposite frequency. A great way to understand this energy is gate 13 is manifestation, gate 7 is illumination. Now, gate 13 is located also in the G center, so inner truth and inner wisdom, but it's abstract energy. It's known as the listener. So listening to the other and gaining the wisdom. So this week, pay attention to the other and try to listen from your heart, especially before giving any guidance or influence. Shine the light of awareness this week to your conversations, to your speech. Be conscious on your responses. Maybe take some breaths. Try to come from your heart when responding. Both of these gates are making quantum field channels with the throat. The throat is really powerful manifesting energy. And gate 7 at the shadow is division. The 7th gene key, the 7th I Ching, is a global frequency. It's a global realization. All those that have the 7th I Ching, the 7th gene key, in their energetic signature have a profound responsibility resting on their shoulders to guide humanity into the future, hopefully a new and better future. Now, on the flip side, the 7th shadow of division exerts a powerful influence on the direction of our species. In the Gene Key book, the title to this frequency is called The Power Behind the Throne. It's also referred to as the General. So these are influential people that are placed throughout our society. And depending on their agenda, their frequency, they collectively pull humanity to either future chaos or to integration and wholeness. The 7th gene key definitely has leadership potential, but they're not leaders per se. They're people of influence. In a group, the 7th gene key carries the power that when it speaks, others tend to listen. The group may not like what it hears, but the aura of the frequency sounds as though it knows what it's talking about. But think about that. If someone holds an agenda, like for example, greed, making money without genuinely caring about the people, then just by the power of the frequency, of the vibration, of the code, the chances are they're going to find people to listen to them, follow them, and help them achieve their aim. The 7th shadow can really take advantage, but remember, this is a victim frequency. The dilemma of the 7th shadow is boundaries. If you don't have a strong sense of your own inner core stability, then you're at a risk of being pulled by someone else's 7th gene key agenda. It could sound exciting, enticing, captivating, filled with promise. But if you're not discerning, you're likely to become victim to this energy in the world. So the first aspect to understand in this shadow is how to have strong boundaries, how to have restraint. And on the other side, it's to realize that this shadow is the shadow of division. If you don't have a clear-cut intention that is grounded and rooted in being of service, then division is what you're going to end up with. I personally have gate 7 and gate 31 in my energetic signature. Most of my human journey, I could not understand why there was division being reflected to me over and over again. Only when I started becoming conscious of this frequency of my speech did harmony begin to enter my universe in the last 3 years. The 7th gene key is part of a codon ring called the Ring of Union. It's a genetic family of codes that govern the smooth relating process with others. So the 7th gene key and a self-obsessed agenda is what creates the mess in the world. It's happening all the time. And this is why boundaries are so important. It's not enough to have good intentions. In order to avoid the outcome of division, you need to be able to show understanding, commitment, discernment, and of course, boundaries. These are the gifts from the Ring of Union. The 7th shadow is not good at boundaries. It is often eager to be of service without the proper maturity and support and the ability to listen, which will eventually lead to disappointment and division, which may lead to a projection of others being hurt, being resentful and angry from lack of clarity, commitment, and humility. The 7th gift, the way to alchemize the shadow and raise the vibration, guidance. The gift of guidance is often misunderstood at the shadow level. Guidance is offered without awareness, and even more importantly, without invitation. There's a deep need of recognition in this shadow, for attention, for the will of power. If you have this energetic frequency in a prominent location in your energetic signature, please re-examine your motivation for guidance very carefully. You should only guide with great hesitation and only when you're called upon. You're not the great initiator. This is a gift of sages. It doesn't run into the world to guide. They have to seek you out, and when they do, don't rush to say yes. Consider the situation and the person carefully, and be honest when you've come to a decision. Because sometimes the best guidance is not to guide, which takes deep strength. Typically, most people don't need guidance. They need someone to listen to. The real beauty of guidance is to know how to be still, to know how to be present, and to know how to resonate with them. To have the wisdom to draw in their energy into your cells, into your heart. Guidance through embodiment is the deepest form of guidance. Guidance through non-guidance. True guidance emerges through higher intelligence, through your aura naturally. Each of the 64 frequencies, the gifts, carry its own wisdom of guidance. We are just being hosts for each other. From reflecting and sitting with each other's aura, conversing and relaxing with each other, that's how the invisible truth comes in. The 7th city, the highest frequency, virtue. When you think of the word virtue, think of the source of all that's best within us. We need to think of the qualities within our soul. Picture the aspects of your essence that travel past your death. Virtue is the light inside. It is hidden within your bones. So how do we find it? Don't speak ill of others. Protect yourself of sick words. Be forgiving of others. Give them the warmth of your care. Realize that the way you think of others is like the sunlight on the darkness that is cast on the flower of your virtue. Empower this week to create space, get to higher awareness, notice your thoughts, feel all the sensations fully that come up in the body this week, and shine the light of awareness to any division in the world that you see. Pay attention to your speech and notice how your speech might be connected to any division and try to find the peace. Be blessed.